All right, welcome back, everyone. I'd like to reintroduce you to Gerry Proehl, CEO of Dermata Therapeutics, Inc. He will be providing an update on the progress of their ongoing phase 3 study in moderate to severe acne. Welcome back to the conference, Gerry.
Thank you, Anna. As I mentioned before, Dermata is a dermatology development company. During the presentation, I will be making forward-looking statements, so I refer you to our SEC filings. Our first product is DMT 310. It's a once-weekly topical natural product. Has a number of mechanisms of actions. The first is a mechanical component. You can see here they're needle-like spicules that penetrate the skin and allow both small molecules and large molecules to get into the dermis where they can have their effect. The chemical components of the product actually have both anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial effects. They kill a number of inflammatory cytokines in addition to killing C. acne, which is the bacteria that typically causes acne. And the other thing it does is it actually inhibits lipogenesis in sebocytes, which basically means it's reducing sebum production or oiliness of your skin. There's three things you should remember about our product. One is frequency of treatment. It's a once-a-week product. It would be the first once-a-week topical product to treat moderate to severe acne. The time to treatment effect is very fast. We see almost a 50% reduction in inflammatory lesions after just 4 applications. And the product is very tolerable, has really good side effect profile. It's pretty simple, comes in a sachet or powder. You mix it with hydrogen peroxide and you rub it onto your face, leave it on for about 10 minutes, and then wash it off with water. Pretty simple process. We've completed a phase 2B study, very traditional, double-blind, placebo-controlled, 2 arms, about 180 patients. You can see in the bottom right, really very few adverse events for the product, but really great overall efficacy. You can see here on the top graphs is inflammatory lesions. On the left is absolute change. On the right is percent change. As I mentioned, you can see at day 29, that's after 4 applications, we had on average a 45% reduction in inflammatory lesions. This is not something you really see with most products, but certainly it's a motivator for kids or anybody that has acne to continue using the product. And the bottom graph are non-inflammatory lesions. One thing I'll point out, you can see at every time point on every graph, it was statistically significant, which is really impressive for a phase 2B study. Probably the more important assessment is investigator global assessment. Because it's somewhat subjective, it's a little bit harder to hit these endpoints, but you can see at week 4, day 29, day 57, and day 85, we were statistically significant. At end of study, we were at a p-value of 0.001. So very, very highly statistically significant results. As Anna mentioned, we have initiated our phase 3 acne program. We've started the first study in December of this year. We're going to enroll 550 patients. The endpoints are the exact same endpoints that we use in our phase 2B study. We're currently just slightly above where we had forecast we would be at the end of March, and we're targeting to complete last patient, last visit in December with top-line results in first quarter of 2025. That's our first product that's moving through acne. Our second product we call DMT 410. It's actually using our product, our sponge product, to deliver botulinum toxin topically. You can see here in this graph, there's about 1 million spicules in about 2 grams of product, and they create all these little microchannels. And basically what we do is we apply our product, wash it off, and then topically apply botulinum toxin, and it's massaged into the skin where it can have a number of effects. It has the effect of reducing acetylcholine, which has an effect on reducing sebum production, reducing sweat production, and reducing pore size. It also has a neurogenic effect, which means it will reduce facial redness. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. We did complete a study in axillary hyperhidrosis with excellent results. Again, because of its effect on reducing acetylcholine, it reduces sweat production. And our results in our proof of concept study was very similar to what Allergan found when they did their phase 3 studies, where they injected 15 to 20 injections of Botox in each axilla. So ours, again, is going to be topically applied. It's much easier to apply. It's less pain for the patient and less time consuming for the dermatologist. We're currently negotiating with a couple different companies on rights to use their botulinum toxin to topically apply it for a number of different diseases. We would be looking at potentially use in rosacea, maybe even to accelerate the efficacy in acne, in hyperhidrosis, axillary, palmar, or plantar, and then also obviously for facial aesthetics, because you're reducing oiliness of the skin, you're reducing pore size and number, and you're improving the overall look of the skin. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Anna for any questions.
All right, Gerry. DMT-310 will compare to recently approved triple combination acne therapy called Cabtreo. Is that how you say it? Cabtreo?
Yeah, that's how you say it. Yeah, so Cabtreo is a triple combination. It's benzoyl peroxide, or most people would know it as BPO, adapalene, and clindamycin. So it's an effective product. It has to be applied topically once per day, as opposed to our product, DMT-310, which is applied once per week. So it's much easier for patients to remember. You can do it Sunday night before you go to bed. You're done for the entire week. You don't have to do it every day. The second thing is that onset of action. We really believe that our product has a very rapid onset of action. As I mentioned, after 4 applications, almost a 45% reduction in inflammatory lesions. So it's very fast acting. And the last thing is, when you deal with triple combination therapies, you're going to have a lot of tolerability issues. And we believe that DMT-310 will have much better tolerability than Cabtreo.
Also, you mentioned benzoyl peroxide. I certainly remember that in my youth. I recently saw some testing published by Valisure on products containing benzoyl peroxide. So comment on its efficacy.
Yeah, so Valisure is an independent lab, and they've done extensive testing on benzoyl peroxide, both BPO by itself and also combination, double or triple combination therapies. And what they found is that as it starts to break down, benzoyl peroxide will break down into something called benzene. Benzene is a class 1 carcinogen, and the FDA basically says that you shouldn't have any benzene. They allow up to 2 parts per million in the manufacturing of a product, but certainly would not want to be applying a product that had benzene in it. Valisure has submitted a citizen's petition to the FDA and asked that the FDA have all of the manufacturers of BPO and BPO-containing products be withdrawn from the market. Obviously, if that were to happen, that would be a pretty significant effect in the market for treatment of moderate severe acne. We believe that the FDA is currently working with NIH to conduct similar studies to what Valisure did in order to be able to determine future action of their product.
And share any updates on some partnership discussions for DMT-410.
Sure. As I mentioned, we've been in discussions for some time with a couple different companies that have toxin products. Our goal is to find a partner that's willing to let us use their toxin to topically deliver botulinum toxin for a variety of diseases. As I said, we've done previous work both in axillary hyperhidrosis, where we showed excellent results, and also in facial aesthetics. In addition to those 2 indications, we believe it could also work in treating patients with rosacea by helping to reduce the overall redness because of its neurogenic effect. And also because botulinum toxin reduces size and number of pores and reduces sebum production, we believe that there's the potential that we could combine botulinum toxin with our product and actually significantly increase the overall efficacy in patients with moderate to severe acne.
Fantastic. Do you have any closing remarks for us, Gerry?
No, obviously we're very excited. We're a small company. We have 8 employees, but we're in the middle of conducting a phase 3 study. As I mentioned, we expect to have results, top-line results, first quarter of next year. This would be a really major advancement in treatment of acne, particularly because adolescents, trying to get them to do something once or twice a day is pretty difficult. Once a week, they can probably remember. So we think it'll be a great addition. Certainly, if the FDA makes a determination to pull off benzoyl peroxide or the combination products, that would open up a significant market, as there's probably about 50 million patients in the US alone that have moderate to severe acne.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this update. We look forward to hearing you again in the near future, Gerry. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back with Optimum Bank.